Okay, Megan, what did you make?
I made brigadeiros.
Where are they from?
They're from Brazil.
That's interesting. How would you describe them?
I would describe them as little balls of fudge.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
What did you do to make them?
I put sweetened condensed milk, butter, and cocoa powder all in a saucepan, and I mixed it all together for 10 minutes. And then I waited. I took them off the heat, waited for them to cool down, and then I rolled them with my hands.
So relatively simple.
Yes, very simple.
What was the hardest part about making them?
Rolling the balls, because you had to make sure they didn't stick to your fingers.
That must have been tricky.
Oh yeah, it was very fun.
Who usually makes brigadeiros in Brazil? Are they typically made during any sort of time?
They are typically served at birthday parties.
First When were made.
They were made in the 1940s by a wife of a brigadier, hence the name Brigadeiro.
What is a brigadier?
A brigadier, well, the brigadier it was named after was Brigadier Eduardo Gomez, who was in the Brazilian Air Force.
So it's like an officer?
Yes.
Cool. And you said that they're traditionally had around birthday parties?
Yep, birthday parties and weddings.
So they're kind of like the cake of Brazil?
Yes.
What's like a more American version that we could compare it to?
Fudge balls.
Fudge balls or like truffles?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Did they turn out for you?
They turned out pretty well. Other than the fact that they stuck to my fingers while rolling them.
Did they taste good?
Oh, they taste very good.
Would you recommend them and make them again yourself?
I would definitely recommend them and make them again myself.
Had you ever had them before, like a traditional one, or you just know that these tasted pretty good, so
I
they
just
were a success?
know these tasted pretty good, so they were a success.
Good. Were there any tips or recommendations you would have for anybody else making them?
I would recommend that using cocoa powder, you mix it with water before you put it in the pan, because cocoa powder and condensed milk do not mix easily.
So it was hard to get those to combine.
Yes, and normally there's lumps.
How did you know when it was the right consistency?
When it got thick.
Are there any places you can buy brigadeiros in Wisconsin?
There's not many stores you can buy brigadeiros from, but you can order them from multiple places online.
Any good suggestions?
TheBrigadeiroBakery.com.
Good to know. How many brigadeiro fudge balls did your recipe make?
Well, my recipe called for a 14-ounce can of sweetened condensed milk, and that was supposed to make 24 fudge balls. But I ate some of the batter, so it ended up being around 20 fudge balls.
Was it hard to get the batter off of the pan and spoon that you used?
No, it was not hard at all, unless it burned to the pan. Then it was hard.
What did you like most about making the brigadeiros?
I liked that it was pretty cheap and easy to make, and you can make it pretty much anywhere, like in a dorm